Buenos dias. I hope this recording finds you well. Thank you for joining me for another Meditation Monday. Make sure you're comfortable and you're in a place where you can safely relax. Probably best not to listen to this whilst you're driving or doing anything else that requires your full attention, because we're going to go on a little visualization journey. So with that said, get yourself comfortable and settle in. Close your eyes and go inside. Just taking a minute now just to focus on where you're at, how you're feeling. Maybe taking a few deeper breaths. Letting go of any responsibilities. Letting that to-do list just drift off for the time being. It'll still be there later. And settling down. Allowing your mind and consciousness to come to this present moment. Becoming aware of anything you can hear. Any thoughts drifting through your mind. And any sensations you're currently feeling in your body. Just noticing. Just being consciously aware of all that's happening around you right now. And being consciously aware of all that's happening in your internal experience as well. Drawing fresh breath in and letting old breath out. Allowing your breath to find its own rhythm now. Inhaling and exhaling quite naturally as the body relaxes all by itself. Fresh breath in, old breath out, new energy in, old energy out. That's right. Just allowing that familiar relaxation to take hold now. Noticing how under all the ripples of thought, the busyness of daily mind, and the tension of our day-to-day body is a sense of calmness and peace. It's not my words that relax you. It's just changing the way you're thinking to focus on something other than what you usually think and feel. Just allowing everything to slow down now. Everything to settle. Knowing deep down that all the resources you need to be the person you want to be exist within you already. Relaxing into conscious awareness now. I wonder if you can imagine yourself walking down a path in a forest. the seasons changing, leaving summer and moving into autumn. Beautiful autumnal day, the sun still warm, shining through the beautiful leaves that are just starting to change colour. The first leaves have started to fall. Other leaves are still green and others still are that beautiful golden brown, and everywhere in between. As you walk down this path, those little helicopter seed things drift down all around you. The smell of wet earth fills your nostrils. The sun warms your skin and the light beautifully plays off of all the colours. As you continue down this path, you begin to think about the sort of person you would like to become, your ideal, what habits they may have, how they may be different to how you are now, although still essentially the same person. And as you mull over these ideas of what this person feels, does, what habits they have, I wonder if you can think of the one habit, the one behavioural pattern, or the one thought loop that's currently holding you back. A behaviour that you'd like to get rid of, do less of. Perhaps it's smoking, perhaps it's drinking a little too much, perhaps it's not exercising or not eating as healthy as you could, perhaps it's something else. But whatever it is for you, you know what that one thing is, that one behaviour that needs to change or would make you a better person if you stop doing it. Perhaps that is the barrier between the you that you are now and the you that you would most like to be. Perhaps it's the hurdle you most need to overcome. And as you let your mind, your mind's eye, drift and contemplate and drift over the contrast between the person you'd most like to be, the person you are, and the habits, rituals, thoughts or beliefs that separate you from that. You enjoy the stroll until you come to a fork in the road. You look at one side and it's bright, it's inviting, but you notice that it's uphill. It's going to be a harder walk, but somehow much more worthwhile. And your eyes drift to the other path. You notice that it starts off easier. In fact, no effort is required. But it's a downhill path. It seems to take you to the thorny, dark, uninviting side of the woods. And as you look at both these paths. I invite you to think about what one you will take. You first allow yourself to mentally drift down the negative path. That slippery slope is easy to descend if you carry on doing that habit, that behaviour. You slip and slide down it through the thorns, past the old dying trees, hearing scary sounds off in the distance of the dark woods. And you see how your life will be a week from now if you continue in the same vein, indulging in that same behaviour, feeling the same way, doing that same thing. Not much different a week from now. But then a month from now, again, not much different, but not much progress has been made in your life, has it? If you continue with that same old behaviour, whatever it is for you, that familiar, easy habit that takes you 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line. How do you look and feel a year down the line if you continue to indulge in that same habit? You notice that the path is getting more slippery, darker, more thorny, like the most uninviting wood in any fairy tale. As you slip and stumble, you slide further along this timeline. Another 2, 3, 5 years. See how your life will be if you don't make any changes. See how that habit or behaviour, pattern of thinking has affected you. See all the negative things that you know could be in store for you if you continue, if you choose this path, if you don't make the change. Further, deeper into these woods, down this slippery slope, we continue to 10 years, a decade from now. Oof. It's not a place you want to be, is it? It's not a place for a person like you. The easy road, the slippery slope, continuing as you are with that old behaviour compounding week after week, month after month, year after year, until you end up seeing all the mental, physical, emotional and spiritual consequences of continuing that behaviour that you know, you really know you should change. Now 10 years down that path is far enough to gain an understanding of all that compounding. As you draw yourself all the way back to that crossroads now, you know what's down that dark path 10 years from now, how easy and inviting it is. It's not a place you want to go. So you turn your attention to the bright path, the uphill path, the more challenging route. The route where you leave that habit, behaviour or thought pattern at the crossroads and continue on continue on down the positive path, the light streaming through the trees now. It's a beautiful walk. You can hear the bird song. You can smell all the smells associated with autumn, the flowers, the changing of the season all around you. As you continue, you notice that the first week down this path is hard. The first few weeks, perhaps even the first month, is difficult. You're proud of yourself for leaving that habit behind, but it's not without its trials, it's not without its difficulties. As you push on, uphill, struggling. You finally, a couple of months in, get to a nice plateau. You're greeted with a beautiful view. A view that's worth the struggle, worth the effort. You continue. That old habit a month behind you now, that old behaviour, those old emotions and thought processes so far behind you now. As you continue compounding, looking at what your life is like 2 months after leaving that habit behind, 3 months, you're beginning to notice the changes now, those physical, emotional and mental changes, the spiritual changes. Your vibration is higher as you push on a year down this challenging but rewarding path. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, half a decade from leaving that habit, from changing that behaviour. How's your life look now? Are you closer to being that ideal version of yourself? Of course you are. As you move further into these beautiful woodlands now, through meadows, up mountains, through the forest, into new territory. 10 years. 10 years from now down that positive path. 10 years away from that old destructive behaviour, habit or thought process. Look at how your life is. Look at how great that life could be. Enjoy it. Revel in it. Knowing that nothing easy is really worth doing. Everything worthwhile has its cost. And really, if you compare the hardships of going down the easy road and the hardship of getting to where you really want to be, there's no real difference in the hardships you will endure. The only difference is where you end up. You have to choose your hard. Are you going to struggle for what you truly want? Or are you going to take the easy road, slipping and sliding until those bad habits and behaviours catch up with you and cause you problems that you really don't want? As you bask in the glory 10 years from now of choosing that harder road, choosing the consciously hard road, you can lock that place in your sat-nav, mental sat-nav, and drift back to the crossroads now. As you're stood there on this beautiful autumn day, sun streaming through the leaves, you look to the left and look to the right. The easy road that ends in hardship, or the hard road that ends in glory. That habit, thought pattern and behaviour laying in front of you. It really is up to you whether you pick that habit up and slide down that easy road, or whether you leave that habit, behaviour or thought process exactly where it is and walk uphill for a little while. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. My suggestion would be you put a barrier on the negative path, a big stop sign. There's nothing down there for you. Momentary ease, leading to compounding suffering. Block that road off now. That's not the place you want to go. Leave that habit, behaviour or thought process, whatever it is for you, that's standing between you and being the greatest version of yourself at that crossroads. And begin your journey on that harder, rewarding road towards what you truly want. As you watch the leaves turning and falling off the trees, it suddenly strikes you how easy it is to let go of that habit, behaviour or thing that you need to let go of to be able to move forward towards that version of yourself. Doesn't matter if you don't have a clear indication or a clear idea of who that person is. Just know that by choosing the correct path, the righteous path, by choosing to do the hard things, they will become easier, you will become better, and you will grow into the person you're capable of becoming. But take that path. Block off the negative path. Leave that habit laying in the dirt. And continue confidently. It will be steep and hard at first, but so much more worthwhile. As the hours turn into days, the days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, the months turn into years, the years turn into decades, and those decades turn into a conscious life well lived, which is all any of us can hope for, really. Enjoy the path. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy your life. Choose your heart wisely. Don't let hardship be the consequence of inaction. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath, filling your lungs all the way up. Exhaling, bringing your attention back to wherever you are, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, just bringing a bit of movement into yourself now. Another full deep breath. A little bit more movement into your body now. Just allowing your eyes to open whenever you're ready. Coming all the way back to the here and now. Feeling good, feeling positive, ready to let go of whatever habit you need to and move confidently down the path of your choosing. I'll see you next time. Have a great time. Bye for now.